Morning everyone, Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm over here at the Stanford General Store. They got new operations here. They've changed some of the signage here, and the old laundry room and shower space has now been converted. This whole building is now pack and ship. Inside they've got their own keyed lockers, just like the one downtown. So I have switched. This one's way more convenient, closer to town, and I don't have to drive. It's another 10 or 13 miles to the other one down there by Maverick. So this is where I'm going to be getting my packages, mail, USPS, and everything. And I just got my first official package. My P.O. box here works good. Also, you'll see what's going on in the back of the truck. This is something I've wanted to test out for a long time, and I finally got a chance to do it. The Harley's in the back of my 5.5-foot bed truck. It fits. Yeah, Black Betty fits back there. I got these DG tailgate support rods that you attach to the bracket there where the tailgate goes, and then you close the tailgate there, so that is how you're able to put extra weight and load heavy items onto your pickup truck. Now, Black Betty does actually sit and rest on the actual tailgate there because my XLT F-150 is a short bed. It's the crew cab, 4-door, but it has the short bed. But I've never seen anybody put a Harley in a short bed, so it does work. The ramp worked well, and I'm trying something. We're also doing garbage today, so that's what we're doing right now, is dumping the garbage. And just feeling good because tomorrow morning, I finally have my doctor's appointment. Finally, guys. It's been a little bit of an ordeal, as I've shared with you guys. Getting insurance, health insurance, for the first time in nearly 25 years. I've been very much looking forward, and I've just run into so many different conflicts. First of all, here in Apache County, at first, primary care was accepting new patients, and that was a little stressful. It was like, well, why'd I buy insurance if nobody's accepting new patients? I ran into the same issue during like COVID times with veterinarians. As you're traveling, nobody would see new patients because they didn't want to bring new COVID in. It was ridiculous. But this one, so I used an app. I had an appointment in Payson. They canceled that one. I found a primary care here in Show Low, a different one that I'm going to tomorrow. And then they said, oh, no, you're not eligible to use it until a month after it's effective. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. If it's effective December 1st, then it's not effective until January 1st. Okay, can I make an appointment for January 1st? Oh, our next appointment is in March. Okay, then I found another one with the one I'm going to tomorrow, but you have to wait 2 full months until you can get blood work. And I didn't see the point in going in and getting an annual physical if I can't get the blood work for a month later. So tomorrow I get to meet my primary care doctor right over by the hospital, between the hospital and Walmart and Show Low. And they told me to fast in the morning. I have an 11 a.m. appointment, a 40-minute physical, and then at 1 o'clock they open the blood work, so we're going to do that. And going to get a health, because Diana just got hers done in California, and she's got a clean bill of health. I want to see where I stand with my heartburn and my throat issues and my allergies, my high blood pressure, and just kind of get caught up. So, but today, running a few errands ahead of time. I'm also testing out to see how the Harley rides in the back there. Just, I'm watching it in the rear view, making sure the straps work. I mean, I don't love the idea that the tailgate stays open, because if something happens, I mean, you know what I mean? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Just testing it out, just in case. I mean, I have trailers, but what if I want to convert Trailer Swift into a trailer that I can sleep in? Put the Harley in the back of the bed, tow a trailer that's like a stealth camper. See, I'm thinking. Again, thanks for joining me, guys. I will be uploading this video with some Connecten internet. Check out the video description below for unlimited high-speed internet. Link below. Get your good homestead router. Still available. Poor Frosty is definitely due for a car wash. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Back at Tater Acres. I missed a few spots on the truck, but my goodness, it doesn't even look like the same truck when it's actually clean like that. And with the roads drying out like they are, you're not picking up dirt. I mean, yes, there's gonna be dirt from the dirt roads, but I mean, there's no mud. So it's nice to be able to dry out. The Harley did great back there, by the way. Didn't move, didn't flinch, no issues. The only thing is this made a little bit of noise right there. Right there. I may put a little cushion, maybe a couple cloth microfibers, because that's just something I could hear on the dirt roads there. But I got back and Diana was not in the bus. I talked to her, I said, what are you doing over here, Diana? So what are you doing, Diana?
I'm clearing out a space, a spot for my bus.
Your bus?
Park my bus here.
We are thinking about going to pick up Diana's bus, and she wants to be close to me so that she can be close to internet. Also, we don't need to be that far away. It'll be less in rock and gravel. So Diana's been doing her own research, finding out ways to combat the mud with a mat that you can put down, and then we'll have time to put some rock down. But she's clearing it all out, and that way the more we drive and step on it, as you guys know, it's gonna push it down and compact it more. So bring the truck in and do some laps, you know, do what we can.
We're gonna do our 200 steps today here, honey.
Yeah, well, it'll be all steps,
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're finding a lot of rock too, so you can do something with that,
Yes.
build a little pathway
So
or something.
Here, this area is very muddy, which means it kind of like, I'm gonna say floods a little bit with water. So I'm throwing all the rocks there.
There you go, okay.
And then step on them so they can sink in. So that when we throw rock, it'll be over it.
Perfect, yeah. Yeah, and also because of the shade from the trees.
Right.
Like it's not muddy right there because the sun gets there, but over there it is. So hug this side and then use that for your yard.
I want to trim some of those branches.
Whatever you want. We got loppers, and if you want to learn how to use a chainsaw,
Yeah,
we'll get
that'd
you.
be great.
We'll get you started on that.
Okay.
I'm gonna show them what was in that box that I picked up today. We had gotten a smoke detector that kept giving us an error. Not an error because there was O2 or smoke detected, but because we don't really know what the problem was, and it was driving me crazy putting more rechargeable batteries in it and having it only last 3 days before giving us another error. So I went online, guys, and I want to show you this because maybe you don't know about this. I certainly didn't know something like this existed. But for a bus, for an RV, how about a 5-in-1 device? It was $32 on Amazon Prime, shipped in 2 days. The company is Video, and it's called a 5-in-1. I don't know what all 5, but I know it's a smoke detector, an O2 sensor, carbon monoxide detector, and it's a propane detector. And that's obviously really important in a bus that has propane components. And then it does 2 other things, but also it's not battery. Let me open it. Well, this is it, guys. It's got a full color display on the front, and you plug it into a wall socket, for crying out loud. How about that? That has been like my nemesis, is like the beeping batteries, the low batteries, the like something going on with rechargeable batteries too. A lot of those smoke and O2 sensors, they don't like rechargeable batteries. So this one's never gonna die as long as I have AC power. And I have never not had AC power in this bus with my solar system and my inverters. So I'm gonna plug this into an outlet and try to figure out what the other two things that it detects. Let me see if I can figure it out. There's what the color display looks like once it's plugged in there. All right, smoke alarm, O2, combustible gas. Oh, high temperature. You can set a high and low temperature alarm. That would be really cool if you were possibly in freezing conditions and you didn't want your pipes to freeze. You could set it to a parameter like 35 degrees, and at the bus, if it detects that under 35 degrees, it'll give you an alarm. That's cool. I did not know it had a temperature sensor in it. Smoke detector, propane. Okay, cool. Well, let's go get this guy plugged in, and then I'm gonna feel really good, and hopefully I just won't have to worry about it anymore. All right, I got it plugged into my power station outside just to go through it and make sure it actually works and to see how much power it draws. I'd like to do this with a lot of the new stuff just to kind of see, and we're going back and forth between 1 watt and 0 watts. So this thing absolutely sips power, less than 1 watt to run it. And all right, I'm gonna go get it plugged in inside then, now that I know it works. Oh wow, I just figured this out by accident. I guess it's got an internal battery in case there's a power outage because it's still on. So it has a little bit, I don't know if you can see right there. Wait, come back on, click. Right there my thumb is, there's a battery meter. Come on, focus, see it? Little battery meter there. So if the power goes out, this keeps working for a little bit. That's awesome. And I'm gonna use it right here on the bottom, right there by the bed, okay? And then I can still plug in my Apple Watch charger and phone charger right there. Cool, I like it. Also, I had debated back and forth whether or not I was even gonna bring this up on my channel. I have decided to bring it up. It's not related to the O2 alarms and stuff like that, but 2 days ago, while we were waiting for the O2 sensor to arrive, Diana was walking outside where I usually keep my extra full propane tanks. I keep them right there, the full ones, and then the empty ones I put over on the porch. And Diana noticed a smell and a sound, and she called me over, and as soon as I even got close to one of the tanks, it was hissing and putting off propane. Not where you would think, actually. So it wasn't this one on the porch, but I'm gonna show you. I got a spray bottle, and I sprayed everything, and right here, where my finger's at, where this whole valve meets the tank, was leaking through there propane. So I grabbed the tank and I put it behind my green water totes over there, and Diana and I just kind of looked at each other like, because in the past, don't do what I do, blah, 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 but I had put the propane tank in the bus, right next to the heater. If that had happened to the tank inside, my God. Scary. Scary. So, next winter, I will have a line piped out outside the back over here with a propane tank right there. There is a reason why they tell you do not operate a propane device with the tank inside. I'm guilty of it, guys. I've been doing it for years and I have never had a problem. That's not real wood. This is the branch. I haven't had a problem, but that was a close call. And Diana has much stronger senses than I do. We need to be a little more careful, okay? We've got pets in there. Propane is a very distinctive smell, so I do believe that I would wake up in the middle of the night. But then again, if the whole bus is filled with a propane leak and the heater just pops on with the thermostat, we're toast. So I feel safer now that we have a good working O2, smoke, and propane sensor in the bus. And moving forward, because we had that experience and saw it, smelt it, it actually happened. It was a wake-up call for us. So if you can, guys, do me a favor, consider putting your propane tank in a different space than the bus. That is.
I found a cactus.
You found a cactus?
Honey,
I didn't know we had any cactus. Let me see. Oh, wow. Oh, that is cool.
That is good news.
It's brand new. Look how purple and pink it is.
Wow.
That's cool. Interesting.
That's a very good sign.
That's cool. Glad you didn't poke your hand trying to grab a rock right there. Sure. All right, I told him about the propane thing, so.
Okay.
We were back and forth whether we were going to say anything. It's just like, but I mean, stuff like that happens for a reason. It's to give you a wake-up call and to teach you, Eric, don't do what Eric does. I keep telling you, don't do what I do. All right, Diana's going to work on her space. I'm going to clear out a few more things and get ready for my doctor's appointment tomorrow. I will cut back in at a later point here in the video. This is my summer hat to keep the sun off my ears and my neck out here. It's been warm, 62 degrees today. The snow is coming next week. And this project just kind of took off. Diana went through 3 of my 4-amp batteries on the loppers, and she had me using the chainsaw over there to find 2 more pine trees. It's working really well. I've also been driving on this to kind of flatten it. She's going to be building this area for her cat Yang to play in, and maybe my cats we'll see. But over here, I cut this whole thing out and just left this one stub because look, there's 2 pine trees right here, and we love our pine trees. Also, inside this mess of an alligator juniper, guys, our largest pine tree at Tater Acres. Let me show you this. Look at that. Right there. Pine tree. And it goes and goes and goes. It's going to be happy. It's going to get more sunshine now. That keeps happening on the property. We trim back and we magically find more pine trees. We've probably got 25, 30 healthy pine trees. And we're hoping they'll thrive. So, yeah, cooking some dinner. Finally using the grill. I have cooked chicken once, but I'm grilling some burgers. And I seasoned them up. Yeah, they're ready to be flipped here, I think. Oh. Put some more seasonings on there too. Just whatever we got. Most of my seasonings are actually for chicken, but this works. There we go. There's my plane. Then I went with the cheeseburger toasted, and she's got some decorations to put on there. Opie, that's not for you. That's not for you, Opie. We still need chips. We don't have any sun chips. No unhealthy sun chips. Fresh off the grill at Tater Acres. We finished season 1 of Landman. We're getting ready to get the second season. Start that one pretty soon here. And good morning. It is the next day. Another beautiful sunny blue sky. There's a few clouds in the sky today. My appointment is still today. But first, Diana's going to go to a doctor's appointment here in Sholo. So we're going to go to hers first. And then we're going to do mine, get some blood work, and maybe do some thrifting today. Just kind of take a property break day. I'll get back to you here later today with how things go.
8 hours later.
Today did not go well. And it's basically taken me all day to be able to sit down with you guys and close this video out. Ironically, we were able to go to urgent care for Diana, and everything worked great. She got 2 new medications. Went to my appointment that I made over a month ago. And when I came in to check in to show them my insurance card again, I was notified that there was a problem. The problem was, we can't verify your insurance. Of course, you guys remember, I haven't had insurance in 25 years. I don't know what that means. That sounds like something that's your problem, not my problem. I didn't say that, but okay. Can we verify it? What are you talking about? Oh, well, we've been trying all day to verify it, and First Health, they're not answering their phones today. Why would you wait? This is what I said. Why would you wait a month to verify my insurance. You already told me my insurance was good. You already documented it. You already took my card. You took copies of my driver's license and my insurance card and booked this all. I have made incredible sacrifices to keep this appointment 3 months after I've had insurance. Why are you telling me as I walk in the door for my 40-minute annual physical and blood work that you can't verify my insurance? So we just can't get through. We're calling the number on the back of the card. I'm like, give me my card. So I literally, with Diana in the lobby, I pulled out my phone, called the number on the back of the card. 2 rings later, a human voice answered. First Health Insurance, how can I help you? I'm talking to him on the phone right. I told her through the glass window. I'm talking to her on the phone. Hey, my name's Eric J. Blah, blah, blah. I told her the whole spiel. She said, hand the phone to her. I hand my phone through the glass window there to the receptionist, and they talked for 5 minutes. 5 minutes was a long time. I figured it wouldn't take that long to verify my insurance was good. My insurance is good. They pull $318 a month for the last 3 months, over almost $1,000, right? She hands me the phone back, and I hung up, and then she said, so we don't accept your insurance here. Yes, you do. You're on the list of insurance. I came in here because you're on the list. You told me. Seriously, guys, with Diana standing there, she says, well, Sherry, the lady who told you that and booked your appointment a month ago, we fired her. She no longer works here, and we don't accept your insurance. Now, I almost lost it in the lobby, and I don't lose it too often, but this is absolute. This insurance crap in this country is a freaking joke. Guys, why do you wait until 20 minutes before my appointment to tell me that my insurance is not valid at your stupid little clinic? You know? For a moment, I really didn't know what to do and what to say. I was very angry and upset, very just lost. So I called my insurance company back while Diana stayed at the window to talk with her. And I figured out later what they were talking about, because I got through and I said, you know, this is ridiculous. You can't just cancel. I mean, you know how hard it is to find any doctor here that accepts new patients? I mean, it's really difficult. She said, well, I can find one for you if you give me your zip code. And wait another 3 months? Are you kidding me right now? This is ridiculous. So she does. And she comes back and she gives me the address. She says, blah, 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 Globe, Arizona. Globe, Arizona is 3.5 hours away. That's the closest one that accepts. And I'm not even sure if they accept new patients, but they accept your insurance. Are you kidding me? I'm going to drive 3.5 hours. So 7 hours round trip every time I want to go see the doctor with my paid insurance. As I'm getting frustrated with that, Diana calls me back over the window and she says, hey, they can help you here. They can get you in a program here. Cancel my insurance. I want all my money back and cancel my insurance. Well, we can't give you back your money, but we'll cancel your insurance today. No, you're giving me back my $1,000. No, sir, look in the... Cancel it. Can you confirm it's canceled? Yes, sir, I will cancel it today. Click off, come over to the window. All right. She says, we can get you in for blood work and still keep your appointment today. We just need you to fill out some forms and make sure that you fit the sliding scale program. Sliding scale, what does that mean? Oh, well, if you're below a certain amount of income, then you just pay a certain fee on a sliding scale basis. And I said, well, why do you think I need a sliding scale? I make money. I want to pay money. It's like, well, how much money do you make a month? And I told her, oh, well, you don't qualify for this. I'm sorry, we can't help you. I just canceled my insurance because you said you could help. So we walked out. All the 3 months on this channel, guys. I lost almost $1,000 and I was never able to use my insurance once. And there is nothing within a 3-hour radius of First Health Insurance that's even accepts our insurance anymore. They've just dropped. They keep dropping more, I guess. while you're waiting for your next appointment, they'll drop your provider. Yeah. I tried really hard, guys. As a matter of fact, I did my best, and both Diane and I have made huge, incredible sacrifices to keep this appointment. You would not believe behind the scenes what kinds of things we've done to keep this appointment and not cancel it or reschedule it because I need blood work. I need to find out what's wrong with my body. And here we are. I can't. I can't. I can't. It won't happen. It won't happen. Whoever's up there did not want me to see a doctor, did not want to let me use my insurance today. He has better plans for me to not get healed and fixed. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm really in a bad mood. I need to close this video out. Bye.